Hitch it up, moving on. My wife has a 2018 Edge with 57,000 miles on it, and I believe the engine is junk in it now. Ford had a problem with the 2.0 Ecoboost. Getting water, as you can see, the antifreeze level is low. Getting water in number 3 cylinder. So I'm going to pull this loose and everything's tight, but I'm going to pull this loose and I'm going to just turn it. I think I'm going to pull it loose. Okay, this thing will come out of there whether it wants to or not, because I'm in the middle. There it is. Cover comes off here. We'll lay it up here. And it's number 3 cylinder, which is underneath all this, of course. I'm going to pull this plug, the coil off, and look at the plug to see what it looks like, and go from there. So let's see what happens here. I have to pull the intake off right here. Might be able to roll some of this back. Get my pliers out here. Clip that. Pop air cleaner off over here. Plug in here. Everything's tight on me today. Here we go. Here. Give me a wrench for that. And I have air, but it's only got a few bolts here, so for right now I'm just going to pop this loose and get here to it. Should come out here. Back off here. Pull this little clamp off right here. Don't want it to go nowhere. Okay. Everything wants to be tight. I don't want a breaking thing. Okay. Clamp my thing back there holding it. Hopefully I can get this out of here without too much trouble. So I can get to that number 3 is all that really matters to me. Number 3. Oh, I hate clips. You know, 8mm. Basically, I know you want to go to potty or something. Just a minute. Just see what I want to see. There's a hole. I'm going to spin it over. Hopefully none of this stuff doesn't fly off here. Just to see if it gets oil out. It should be on video. Set a code, which I don't care. Oh yeah, okay. Right there. Right there showed everything that came out of it right there. see all the stuff that came out of there? That's water. It's not oil, I don't think. That's water. Yeah, it's antifreeze. Yep, it's got antifreeze on it. Okay, that's all I wanted to know so I could verify this for Ford, just in case they have a problem. That the oil, not been changed yet, is not black or nothing super black. I mean, it's normal color for oil. It's full, and it's full. Then the antifreeze is low. Right there, it should be up to here a minimum. It's low. And I'm going to start this. It's going to run rough probably. And I'm going to get on video. I'm hoping it'll still smoke like it should. And see what it does. I know it's going to misfire a little bit because I had that out and had oil in there. We'll see what it does. Yeah, it's smoking a little bit, yep. And that's from that all that antifreeze sitting in there and coming out. And I'm sure it's got a check engine light on it. I haven't looked at it because it had. She told me it had a check engine light. Yep. And that is a Misfire code. And I'll hook up my computer and see what the other code is. That would be OBD scan tool 2. And I'm going to hit this link. I'll link in progress. P0303 misfire code detected. And see, this thing hasn't been used for a while. I think it's getting kind of, yeah. And P0303, the second number 3 misfire detected. Yeah, it's 1 and 2. So it's basically just telling you that it has a hard fault and a soft fault code in it. So, and if it gets any worse, it'll probably hit number 2 cylinder and it'll really start guzzling the antifreeze in. Right now it's just using a little bit, so, but they can't fix the engine. They have to replace the whole engine because of the crack between the wall. So, we are going to leave that engine code in there for them, because if I clear it, then there won't be a code for them to see, and they'll go, oh, there ain't no code in it. And I'm like, no, it's in there. So, I'm going to let it warm up a little bit because I'm going to change oil in it. I'm going to get it good and warm. But okay, I'm going to check everything on here and make sure I've got everything tight. I missed a bolt right there. Just let her recheck it. No, it's tight. Never mind. Just the way it's made. And then I'm going to change oil in it. But what happens on these engines? They're 4 cylinders, and to give them more power, they wanted to cool around the cylinders. So they created a water jacket around every cylinder. And on the 2015, I believe, to 2018s, which is this 18, they actually cut a little slit between those cylinders to let water flow through from one side to the other. When doing that, that took the thickness of that wall and cut it in half. Well, then when the engine gets hot or warms up pretty good, off and on, it cracks and lets water seep into the cylinder. And so they revives the engine to go back to the older style engines that they've had that's lasted for 20 years, and they fixed the problem. But I guess they're trying not to have to pay for all these engines out there that are bad. So they took the TSB off, TSB is basically a technical service bulletin to the mechanics to tell them to check this. It's not actually a recall, and it should be a recall. Ford, I've seen online that there is a lawsuit against this. I haven't followed up with that yet, but we're going to see what the warranty does for me on us, and make sure they put it will be a revised engine. They won't stick an old engine in here. I hate that it has to have a new engine. This car runs so great. We drive it everywhere, but okay, hope you learned a little bit from this, and keep watching. This will be put on later, probably another week or 2, but thanks. Hitching up and moving on. You never change oil in a forward edge. They're the whole panel. They couldn't left a spot for you to get the oil filter. They did leave you where you get to the plug, but the whole panel underneath there has come off just to get to the oil filter and the drain oil. So you have to take all that down. I usually jack it up a little bit to give you some more clearance underneath there, and then change oil, and then I put that silly panel back up. I want to call it stupid panel, but it is a silly panel. And so most time anymore, I know I'm a mechanic, but I usually just take it and have it changed because I don't want to mess with doing all that. But it's going to get changed today, so